Guess who's back?
Back again. Every time the intro music plays, I have to dance. I can't not dance.
I wish people could see your pre-show warm-ups. Yeah. Oh my God. and guys, it was a good show. Everybody have a good one. We will talk to you all later. So, Brad,
you think as much of my dancing skills as my wife does.
Yeah, I love them though. I think they're fantastic. They highlight your inner you. So, Brad, what's going on? How are you?
I'm super excited to be here for MILIVE today. This is like the hour of the day I get to kind of like decompress from all the stuff coming in and just have a good chat with my friend Jay, talk about all things Macros Inc. related, and become YouTube famous overnight.
We have no videos on YouTube, right? Oh, none yet. Yes, well, we had records, so we'll see how that goes.
Should we tell people what the show even is if it's the first time they're tuning in?
So welcome to MILIVE. I'm Jay Woith. That is PhD extraordinaire, Dr. Bradley P. Dieter right there. We bring you no-nonsense nutrition information that's reliable, sustainable, evidence-based, and will help you get your goals with outspend a bunch of money on a bunch of supplements that will just turn your pea neon green.
There may be a little bit of nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, no nonsense with the nutrition information. There's a lot of shenanigans that go on. Shenanigans. How's this week going, Brad? Busy?
Dude, it's been just chaos, organized chaos all around.
Yeah, been a busy week. People registering for coaching like crazy. Got new coaches starting, hiring an executive assistant, hiring more positions than that. Oh my God, taking in interns. This has been a crazy busy week. Poor Brad has to go through all the applications.
I know. I feel so bad because I'm like trying to respond to all these people, but I just physically can't do it.
No, because I get the emails too, and we're both going through and reading all of them, and it's just trying to even get through. Part of it is just.
So if you've applied, I can tell you this: I have read all of the applications that have come in.
Yeah, and you'll get a reply back. No matter
at some point. And if you've emailed me and I haven't responded, it's not that I don't love you and care about you.
It is.
I just have I have a quadrant of things that are urgent and important, and I'm currently triaging the ones that are urgent.
Triaging. I like it. All right. So with all that said, let's jump into our first topic today, Brad, and that is GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Or if you're my 9-year-old, genetically modified organisms. He ran around the house one day and yelling. So
that is awesome.
It was my favorite moment. I was so proud of him last year when he did that because he had no idea. And he just kept saying, like, what's so funny about that? And then finally, I think he got it. And then he ran upstairs and hid for like 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So what is a GMO, Brad?
Everything is a GMO.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not modified. I'm completely organic.
No, so the genetically modified organisms just means anything that has been genetically modified. Right? So any organism, and an organism includes anything in the live category. So that's plants, animals, archaea, bacteria, viruses. Basically, anything that has genetics and metabolism is considered live. However, viruses are not considered alive, but they also can be genetically modified organisms. They're non-living organisms. That's very strange. Different conversation for different days.
That's because they're computer programs by the government sent to get you.
They're Agent Smith is what they are.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one.
So genetically modified organisms refer to any organism that has had its genetic code modified. That's really the way to think about it.
Does that mean modified by man or just modified?
So that's part of the debate, right? And so we walk through this in a little more structure in our NutriWiki article on it, nutriwiki.org, and then search for GMOs. But that's the question, right? Is we currently have technology where we can go in and actually edit genomes. Like I could today go into some of Jay's cells and edit them to rewrite the DNA code. That's current technology of how we do GMOs. Other ways that we currently do GMOs, and we have been genetically modifying organisms for essentially since the first multicellular life, is selectively choosing genetic traits that we like, right? So, for example, the apples you see today, or even let's just say the apples you saw in the 1950s, right, before we could modify genomes, those were created through genetic modification.
Right, selective breeding, right?
But it was selective breeding, right? So you're like, that apple is crappy, or that apple tree is really terrible and gives me these really small, sour, not very good apples. And this apple tree gives me these really big, luscious ones from some genetic mutation that's random. I'm going to select those apples. And so we've basically done that. Same thing with like cows, chickens. We've just bred stock that has specific characteristics that we're searching for. So we kind of have advanced biotechnology that can do genetic modification, or we can have selective breeding genetic modification.
Okay, so GMO interests me because it's actually like embedded in American history, like the early when we did selective breeding. So it kind of interests me. So with one of the bigger debate, obviously, you know, a banana from 5,000 years ago does not look like a banana today.
Correct.
Because we've selectively bred them. So, you know, in George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were both, it was one or the other, and I can't remember who. I want to say it was Washington, but it might have been Jefferson. So I'll just use Washington, but if it's Jefferson, I apologize. Was one of, with tobacco, had journals and would cross-pollinate the better crops with other ones to make more superior crops. And he did
mega crops.
Yeah, and he did it by hand over many, many years, and it was passed down in their family to make much better, more profitable, larger, less water taking, more durable crops. And that's a GMO, correct?
I would classify that as a GMO.
Okay. So then when a company like New Seed or New Grow or Monsanto, when they come out and they make a GMO, all they're doing is running computer models to speed up. So they're not actually physically growing plants. They're just running computer models, and then they get the optimal genetics and cross the correct ones, right?
That's part of it. Yeah. And the other thing that, the other techniques they'll do is they will, if they find like drought resistant genes, they'll splice those in. If they are like, hey, this pesticide is really effective at eliminating this type of pest that's around here, we're gonna put a gene in there that makes them the plant resistant to this pesticide, and we're gonna grow that so we can use a lot of this pesticide. Now, there's pros and cons to that, and there's very good arguments on both sides for whether you should or shouldn't do that. But that's also what they do as well.
Is there? So we'll call that part one and part two. Part two is what you described. Part one is just mapping the genetic code and reading which seeds. Are both of those things that can be done that we were doing before computers? Are those things that were being done with tobacco? It's the exact same thing, and we're just doing it at a faster rate, or is one of those completely only doable because of advanced technology?
It's the latter, right? You couldn't do those things unless you had advanced technology. And really the reason is when you're doing selective breeding, you yourself are choosing traits that you want to amplify, right? Now, there's two pieces to that. One is to get the traits that you want may take you an infinite amount of time because they have to pop up through random mutation, right? Conversely, when you take two plants that have a trait that you want and you cross them, you're most likely going to get that trait, but it's not guaranteed, right? So there is a distribution of traits that come out of it, right? It's just like if you breed two dogs, you can end up like, let's just say Labradors, right? If you breed two Labradors, even if they're the same color, you could get some puppies that are a different color.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into are GMOs healthy? Are they bad for you? Because I think that's a debate for one, other people have, and two, it could be its own show and not the purpose of us. But is there evidence that GMO foods hinder or accelerate fat loss?
No, there's no evidence to date. And there's been a lot of research around that topic. And basically what we know is the genetic modification of food doesn't really appear to affect weight loss.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that, is there any, because so an apple today is not an apple. It wasn't, 50s, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, even if we didn't intervene in any of that stuff,
it would still happen.
It would still change, right? Because environments change, selective pressures change, all that stuff changes over time. And so even if we didn't intervene, it would look much different.
Right. So when I grab an apple that says non-GMO organic, is that largely, I mean, okay, so we can go organic. It's using organic pesticides and maybe like organic fertilizer and things like that. But for the most part, the non-GMO part, I mean, is that just largely a marketing ploy at that point? It's not obviously coming from Monsanto as a seed that does this, but it's still a GMO seed from natural selection.
Yes. Yeah. And there's like specific criteria for what fits non-GMO and GMO. Yeah. It's fairly arbitrary in that perspective.
Yeah. Perfect. So,
yeah.
And if anybody has any questions, they can ask. I am open to questions. This is for anybody who does not watch these regularly, Thursday as our lull in.
We have no lulls.
Yeah. What does everybody do on Thursdays? I don't know. Why is Thursday such a day where people are just like, nah, no MILIVE for me?
Maybe they're actually busy working.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, Thursday has the highest review rate at later time. So for all of you, So for all of you who are watching the replay on this, if you want to find more information, and not the people who are live too. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. People who are live right now, whoever tells me the best joke by the time the next section ends on finding reliable resources gets a free Macros Inc. hoodie. A hoodie, not a shirt. You get a free hoodie, but it's got to be like a dad joke. It's got to be clean, and it's got to make me absolutely laugh. And I won't look at the comments until we finish the next section. But it's got to be good, and you get a free damn hoodie. For those of you watching the replay, shame on you for not being here live, and that's your fault for not getting a free hoodie. But Brad, if these people watching live, watching the replay are looking for somewhere to go, because things like GMO, I mean, it's a topic that, like, my grandmother says the same. Like, she, well, should I eat organic? Should I eat this? I don't know what to do. What's best for me? If people are looking for somewhere to navigate this for weight loss, this field of misinformation, where could they go to get a guided approach?
The best thing that they should do is they should stop whatever they're doing immediately, and they should get out their phone and they should type in macrosinc.net, and you should sign up for coaching immediately.
Yeah, they should. And they can go right to macrosinc.net. Or macrosinc.net/services. No www required, I promise.
I'm going to ask Hannah if we can make a shirt that says that on the front says Macros Inc. and on the back says no www required.
We'll be there'll be 6 people who get that joke.
I don't even care.
Okay. Well, we will talk to it. All right. Let's go over our next topic, and that is reliable resources. So, Brad,
yes,
there is a lot of information out there,
yes.
Like a whole lot. A lot of good sites, a lot of bad sites. What if you had to give one piece of advice to tell people, like, this is how you find a reliable source of information, or this is what differentiates a reliable source from a non-reliable source, what would that be?
If it has the MI icon next to it, it's reliable. If it doesn't, it's not. That's the only way you can know.
I like that one. That one, we had not planned this conversation. That was really good on the fly. I like it.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I think it's really hard, and when the further the information disseminates down the pipeline, the further you get away from the expert, and the more you get into people who aren't, there's people who aren't able to maybe read the research or the data properly. And I think that it really gets into issues when people are I think a lot of the problems are how people search. They search for questions that confirm that what they're looking for. They don't search for, the actual problem. So they'll search for, does this improve performance? Does this accelerate weight loss? Well, you're always going to find something that tells you something accelerates weight loss because somebody's trying to sell you something. Whereas if you search for evidence-based weight loss tactics, or tips, then you're a little more inclined to find a reliable resource. What's so funny? Are you reading the jokes?
One just popped up.
I am not reading them, so I don't know what they are. I see 8 of them so far.
So here's a couple things you can use. And part of the problem is before you kind of find a source, you need to find a method of sorting through the good and the bad. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is always check where it's coming from, right? Mm-hmm. Peer-reviewed research is always the highest level of scrutiny, right? That doesn't mean it's true or it's not true. It's kind of the highest bar. Then you have probably like reliable experts. Mm-hmm. And then you have like science journalists. And then you have all the other stuff, right? And then from there, it's really a matter of what I like to tell people is the best way to approximate the truth is to gather as much information about a topic as possible. Mm-hmm. So don't rely on one person or one resource to kind of tell you what is the truth about something. If you really care about kind of the like underlying bedrock of truth.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. And I think what always helps me is when you see one person who doesn't like list other people, it's always them not citing people. That's a red flag to run. When you see somebody who doesn't tell you who they read or who helped educate them or where they go for information or who their colleagues are, that's a source for that's a time to run. If you go to NutriWiki, we have an entire section dedicated to reliable resources. And I mean, we list competitors in there. We list researchers in the industry, people you've worked with, people you haven't worked with, people we both know, people we don't know. And I think that right there, we have a list of people telling you like, hey, if you don't want to listen to us, here are the people we are listening to and going through the information on. And I think that is missing a lot. I know when you're reading, like when I'm reading a textbook on a subject, I see something as a good point, I write down the author or something that I agree with or want to find more out. I write down the author of that chapter, section, whatever, look them up and and read other stuff they've written to see if all of it makes sense or if it's just this one big bias that they have.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for good resources, you can go right over. Oops, that's the wrong button. You can go right over to NutriWiki.org, and then we have the reliable resource button, and you can view a bunch of people. We have links to most of their sites if they have them, and then we also have a list of websites that you can trust. A bunch of different websites in there, a bunch of books that you can go on, and if you want to actually get old-fashioned, read a book, you can
read that book.
Read that book. All right, let's get to some of these jokes.
Some of these are so good. I'm so excited.
All right, let's see. Julie said everybody's getting ready for the weekend. Well, it's Thursday. There's no weekend yet. What did 50 Cent do when he got hungry? He ate.
Sounds good. Jay, what did the right eye say to the left eye? Oh, I skipped one.
Yeah. No matter how much you push an envelope, it will still be stationary. All right, go ahead, Brad.
What did the right eye say to the left eye?
I don't know.
Something between us smells. This one's for Brad Morgan.
What happened to the lost cattle? Nobody's heard. That's a good one. I like that one.
What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller.
Oh man, that was what kind of I didn't hear the joke. I just saw the word bowel movement. Was not
I
expecting.
gotta turn my volume down.
What kind of bowel movements do ghosts have? Spooky dookie.
I love how high pitched your voice gets when you start laughing.
You just made that up. That's really good. Oh, that one wins. I don't care. Sorry, everybody. That one. Let's see what else we got. But spooky dookies is.
I don't know what's better, the joke or you.
What annoying pepper do? It gets all in your face.
We can't read the next one.
That one wasn't clean, so it doesn't win, but that one was great. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that one was good.
Oh, the next one's really good.
Oh,
why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
because to be silent. Oh, that was a good one too. Oh my God. Oh, Dookie Dookie. My friend,
the next one is actually pretty good too.
My friend thinks he's so smart. He told me an onion is the only food that makes you cry. So I threw a coconut in his face. I'm gonna try and do that with something to a 9-year-old, but not a pineapple or a coconut that would hurt him. What happens when the frog's car dies? You need to jump. If that doesn't work, he has to get towed. Oh God, those were all great. I want everybody to win. Brad,
do you know how the field of EMG was developed?
No, was it by Spooky Dookies?
No, it was by looking at like frogs' legs jerking.
Oh, I did know that. Yeah, those were all fantastic. So thank you all very much. Heather won.
I haven't laughed that hard since your Norse code joke.
I don't even remember what that one was.
How do Vikings communicate?
How do Vikings communicate? Norse code. Oh my God, Heather, you win. Send me an email, jay@macrosinc.net, and we'll get you that hoodie.
This is why it pays to be here. Like you can't win free stuff if you're not tuned in.
If you made that up, that's pretty good.
Oh, also, you'll appreciate the story.
Oh my God.
So I have not had like a break from phone calls or meetings since 7:00 this morning, and I had to eat something. And so I was eating some food while I was interviewing one of our applicants. Mm-hmm. And so I put myself on mute while I was taking a bite, and I choked, and I got food like literally stuck, and I was dying, and I was like, and I had to like cough up my food while I was in the middle of our interview. They have no idea this occurred because I was on mute.
Oh, it was not a video interview?
No, it was just a phone call. So basically, I could have had an L&I claim.
Well, if you want food that's actually digestible and not going to kill you, where could you go, Brad?
Oh, that's the problem. It wasn't from this place.
Yeah.
If you would like meals delivered to your door that are delicious, nutritious, macro-friendly, ready in 2.5 minutes, are environmentally friendly, I think almost all of them are gluten-free and lactose-free, relatively inexpensive, and you help build a small business that is a member of Macros Inc., go to motherofmacros.com, use the code MACROS10, and literally don't buy groceries for the rest of the month. It's awesome. I have my next shipment coming Tuesday, and I couldn't be more pumped. I feel like they should send me a Mother of Macros t-shirt so I can wear it all the time.
Can I just get you a shirt that says Mom?
Yes, you can.
Just Mom. That's it.
How about it says Dog Mom?
Dog Mom. We're not friends anymore. All right. This is a long question. My face went away from it. I know abs are genetic, but is there anything are you looking down at it? It looks kind of, but is there anything you can do to get them to show Or can you exercise your core until the cows come home and just never have them? Should you drink to thirst, or is the like calculated amount that is like X percent of your body weight the optimal amount? Do women? This is a lot of questions. This isn't just one question.
No.
Okay, so the first question: can you get abs? Are abs just genetic, Brad?
They are not just genetic. There are aspects of your abdominal muscles, their kind of overall shape, whether you have like
staggered or inline.
Yeah, those kind of things are genetic.
But having them
is not. Between the combination of building the muscle tissue and losing the fat tissue, you control those.
Isn't having abs technically genetic because we all have them and we all have, like, it's in our genetics?
Yes.
So, sorry, Dr. Dieter was wrong again.
So everything I'm saying right now is genetic too.
Yeah.
If you want to follow that logic.
Yeah. So anybody can get them. We just have to train them right and diet properly.
Yep.
You okay there?
Next question.
You okay there?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
Oh my God. Then the next part of this is: should you drink to thirst, or is the likely calculated amount that is X percent of your body weight the optimal amount? Drink to thirst unless you're an endurance athlete, then you're or in a very, very hot environment.
Jay, what would you say about going to yesterday's live that was now on YouTube that has a full discussion about hydration? Yeah. And you can hear us give the answer, and I'm not wearing these stupid goggles.
Yeah, and we talk about urine color. So,
and we talk about urine color. About Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, poop jokes today, Pinot Grigio colored pee yesterday. I mean, we are all over the place with bodily functions. So.
I did write a section of a chapter on the digestive system in the urinary tract as it relates to obesity today.
Ooh, well, fancy you.
No, it was very not fancy.
Oh. Brad, do women postpartum need to do a different routine than normal?
It depends on your goals.
And it depends on how the baby was delivered in the time frame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you just had a C-section 48 hours ago, probably wouldn't do any exercise. No. If you had a C-section 6 months ago, there's different exercises.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. But otherwise, once you're cleared by your doctor, nothing should change. Once you're cleared by a physician for full activity, I wouldn't say anything changes.
And then the last question is baby weight a real thing different than typical fat gain? So I am not a OBGYN, and I do not do research in those things, but I do know a little bit. We do know that there are like roughly the amount of weight a woman gains just due to the fetus, the extra blood volume, the extra placental volume, all that stuff is somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-ish pounds plus or minus 7 pounds, right? It's somewhere in that neighborhood. Most women do accrue additional adipose tissue during pregnancy. Part of that is actually due to hormonal responses. Some of the things that occur during pregnancy are you will see increased storage during the early phases of your pregnancy of long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA and EPA, with more of it on the DHA side. And as you get into your third trimester, you will have selective kind of release of fatty acids from specific tissues, primarily kind of thigh tissue fat and abdominal tissue fat that's higher in DHA, and that will be used to fuel the kind of late stage fetal development. So there are like specific metabolic things that occur in pregnancy that kind of fluctuate adipose tissue gaining and losses throughout the course of that. So there are some aspects of those things.
Sorry, I was thinking about Spooky Dookie. Well, it was funny, and the blind gynecologist joke was really good too.
I think you should go as a Spooky Dookie for Halloween this year.
I don't think that's.
Just dress up as a brown ghost.
Did you ever see that Friends episode where Ross went as Spudnik and everybody kept calling him Duty?
No, but that's funny.
Oh, it was a good one. He went as a big potato, a Spud, and then he had a network controller card on his head. So a Nick card, Spud Nick. It was funny. I liked it. I'm smarter than you. You
are smarter than me.
All right, most important topic of the day. What is the best candy? So everybody right now, put your best candy, and if anybody
candy,
you're a cool person.
Okay.
What's your favorite candy, Brad? We'll break it down. What's your favorite candy bar?
Does like dark chocolate bars count? Are you talking like the canonical, like Snickers, Hershey's, that kind of stuff? Ooh.
There's only 2 correct answers, so tread carefully.
Milky Way.
No, that is the wrong answer.
Or Snickers.
That is a correct answer. The other one that would be acceptable is Twix.
Yeah, Twix are good.
Yeah. What is your least favorite candy bar?
What is it? The 100 grand.
Really?
Those,
I'd say Milky Way is probably my least favorite, or Almond Joy. Who likes almond on it? Like, I don't want fruit, almond, or fruit. I don't want coconuts in it, right? It's coconut, right?
What do you think about Three Musketeers?
Yeah, those suck too.
Trash.
Yeah. What is your favorite candy from a box? Or a pack, like M&M's, Skittles, those kind of Juji fruit, those kind of things.
That's easy.
What?
The Patch, baby.
Oh, Sour Patch Kids. Ugh.
Sour Patch.
No, it's all about
what? You take
I mean they're okay, but they're I don't know, overrated. It's all about Mike and Ike's, dude.
Oh. You know what's really fun to do?
Put a whole box of Mike and Ike's in your mouth and try to chew it and see how long it takes before your jaw is very sore.
Do you like, is it not Red Hots? What are the cinnamon Mike and Ike's?
Oh, yeah, no.
What are those called?
I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Red Hots are like the worst candy ever.
No, I don't like anything spicy or cinnamon flavored candy.
What are the red Mike and Ike's? They're not red. But they're
Ooh, somebody said Kit Kats. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Yeah, that's probably my favorite, like, not big bar thing. That's a pretty good one. Snickers, there you go.
Hot tamales is what I was thinking of.
Oh, that's gross. Michelle said Almond Joy. No, Michelle, you're wrong. Snickers, Twix, and Kit Kat. See?
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that.
Mounds are better than Almond Joy. Stephanie, you're wrong. They both suck. Peanut M&Ms are really good. Yeah, that's it. Dark chocolate, no, that's not a thing. It's stupid.
Dude, I do like hot tamales, actually.
You like what?
I do like hot tamales.
No, you don't.
I do. You know what the best part is? If you keep them in your mouth long enough, eventually they turn clear.
You and Julie from YouTube can both have your hot tamales.
Represent.
And you're weird. I like I like the flavored lemon heads. Fruit flavored lemon heads.
When we were kids, we used to have contests to see who could keep an atomic fireball in their mouth for the whole time.
No thanks. Best berry flavored Sour Patch Kids equal heart.
Yeah. I like the big Sour Patch Kids too.
Aged dark chocolate. How do you have aged dark chocolate?
It says agreed.
Oh, it does it aged. You know what? I've been up since 4 a.m. I'm tired.
Your mom's been up since 4 a.m.
Probably. Yeah, no, dark chocolate's weird. Milk chocolate all the way. Chocolate's gross, though, unless it's in a peanut butter cup or an M&M.
Jay, I have a question for you.
Chocolate cookie butter. Oh, hold on. Julie also said hot tamales are great in popcorn.
Dang, dude, she is like next level.
In popcorn.
Can we hire her as like the candy aficionado?
Yeah.
I don't know what that entails, but I just feel like she needs a job as the candy aficionado.
Can you still lose weight and eat all these things, Brad?
You damn well can.
Oh, how?
By hiring a Macros Inc. coach who will help you work them into your daily life. If you would like a Macros Inc. coach who can show you how to eat the patch while losing weight, you go to macrosinc.net. And if you're feeling really fancy, you go to macrosinc.net/services. Yeah, I can promise you can lose weight while eating Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, moderation. That's the key.
Or you eat a 2-pound bag in one day and then you can't eat for 3 weeks.
That too. You could do that.
Question.
Answer.
If people wanted to find these videos and catch up on them when they're not at work or be notified when these videos are available for them to listen to, where can they go to subscribe to our YouTube channel?
They can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Macros Inc. youtube.com/C/Macros Inc.
And what is the goal for our YouTube channel by the end of 2020?
To have lots of content.
100,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I already forgot. 100,000 subscribers. If we get it, we're going to donate $10,000 to charity.
Yes, that's the deal. So we have to basically add
100,000 people.
17,000 people a month between now and December.
Okay.
So people better get their hustle on.
That's 50 cents per what is that? 10 cents per subscriber. 50 cents. Woo! 10 cents per subscriber we're going to donate.
So that means we have to start the campaign of 100K for 10K immediately. So everybody who's listening to
for 100K, Brad, 10K for 100K.
100K people for $10,000.
Okay.
So everybody in this feed, if you care about the other people, go to youtube.com/C and sign up and subscribe. I will guilt you into it. I promise.
If you don't care about people, don't worry about it, though. We don't.
Like how I just came out swinging?
Yeah, if you care about people, the money's going to go to the Alzheimer's Research Foundation.
If you don't care about old people, don't go to youtube.com. But if you do care about old people, literally all you have to do is click one button and you are donating money to charity.
Yeah.
Like literally requires nothing on your end but to go to that link and click that button.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I gotta do.
And now we have nobody did it yet. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm just
Yeah. Can we make that information public so whenever I go to the YouTube channel? I have no idea.
I have no idea. I looked. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out how many subscribers we had yesterday when we were talking about it. So we'll figure that out. But we'll also start posting this in the group because we should do that.
Yeah. We should post the YouTube links of the next day in there.
You should post the YouTube links to the next day in there.
That would be a great job for our media and marketing intern.
We do have, I have a lot of great jobs from the media and marketing intern and the executive assistant. It'd be nice to have somebody to tell me when I have meetings.
Dude, that you and me both. It's like,
remember on Tuesday when you texted me and said, "Hey, are you coming to this meeting?" And it was like 20 minutes later already. I was in another one because I didn't realize I had them.
Do you remember how very upset I was?
Are you sure you don't have kids, Brad? That guilt trip was a classic mom move.
I told you I need a shirt that says mom.
Yeah, he's a dog mom.
If anybody wants to send me a crew neck sweatshirt that just has mom written on it, I promise I will wear it at least once a week. I'm not kidding. I will wear it. And I'll probably wear it to our lives because that would be absolutely hilarious.
Oh, my God. So, Brad, what else is going on?
I'm going to look at a super secret thing today.
Me too.
Well,
I did yesterday, but
I've got to finish this silly book chapter.
Yeah.
All I have left is to write the summary section, which is like 3 or 4 paragraphs, and then I have to do all the references. Ooh. That's it. And then the first draft is done. And then I have to edit another chapter that came in.
Ooh. And
then I have to work on the NutraWiki course content.
Ooh.
And then I have to, what else do I have to do today? I have to get feedback to the designers for some logos today.
Ooh. Oh, speaking of YouTube, we got our first video is filmed. Our first video, the Macro Minute with Hannah Clausen. It's 4 minutes, so we're going to work on renaming that, but we will might be the Macro Minutes with Hannah Clausen.
Yeah.
But we do have our first video filmed, done. I edited it this morning, then I sent it to an actual real professional, like a Hollywood, like a big film editor, like an actual one who's won an Emmy before. So he is editing it currently and just sent me a couple screenshots and said, this is way easier than animating a film and I can do this all day. Okay, cool.
And you're like, FOC, baby.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's so somebody's at your house, somebody's getting you, man.
That's my big doggo. He's barking at the air conditioning guy who's across the street.
Good dog. So we will have Hannah's videos will be up on the YouTube channel. So that happened. Yeah. I got to go grocery shopping today, Brad. I avoid going grocery shopping like it's going outside. Like I will go buy random little things here and there. And then this morning I got up at 4, was starving. So I had 4 eggs, bacon, and some hash browns. But then it was like 4 in the morning. I was half awake. I didn't realize I ate all of the breakfast food in the house. So for breakfast, Liam had 3 frozen White Castle burgers for breakfast. And then for lunch, he had chicken tenders with me. But now we have to go grocery shopping. So as soon as we're done here, I have to go grocery shopping with a 9-year-old. So it will be a 7-minute. I'm going to try and make it in and out of a grocery store in 7 minutes, Brad.
Or you could just go to mothermacros.com.
Yeah, but that won't get here to feed the 9-year-old right now.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. I have a phone call I think I'm supposed to take. So
am I supposed to be on that?
No, I don't think so. I got a text message from somebody about a phone call.
Oh, because then I got to come back and finish running payroll because it's payroll time.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, I've been doing it all day.
All righty. Well, I will. I'll catch you later.
All right, I think we're done. Guys, if you have any questions, any ideas for show topics, any concerns, complaints about Brad's inappropriate comments, you can let us know. Send us an email, make a post in the group, tag Brad Morgan with your questions. Otherwise, we will see you right back here tomorrow at the same macro time. And Brad?
Same macro place?
Channel.
Oh, same macro channel. Oh, that's right. We're on YouTube now. We have to call it a channel.
Oh, man.
Same macro channel.
And remember, spooky dookie.
Spooky dookie.
That was my favorite. That was on the fly, too. What creativeness.
All righty.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We are out.
Peace out, Cub Scout.